Hello everyone, this is Gregor for SchoolCarpool.com. In this video I'm going to show you how to create your initial teacher accounts and load your student data records. The information on student data records can also be used in subsequent years if you decide to reload your entire database. You must be signed in as an administrator to perform these functions for adding new teachers. You can add teachers individually by clicking on the Add New Teacher account, but in this video I'm going to show you how to add all of your teachers in one step using an Excel spreadsheet. Click on the Administrative Tools icon in the top left, then select entry number 9 for loading a teacher master file. As you can see here, you need the last name, first name, grade, user ID, and email. I have a spreadsheet with those values listed, showing the last name, first name, grade, and user ID. These are conventional user IDs, but for later video examples, I'm going to use alternate user IDs that correspond to the grade levels being taught. So I highlight and copy those using Control-C, then I use Control-V to paste them into the field on the screen, and I click on the Add Teachers entry and the teacher record accounts are created. Creating the student accounts is slightly more complicated because we have to assign carpool numbers to each student if you've not already done so. Here are some suggested steps for assigning carpool numbers to students. You don't have to follow these, I'll cover them in detail in the video. This is what I suggest. First, export your students from your student information system, including their last name, their first name, their address with their apartment number, and their teacher. We're going to put them into an Excel spreadsheet and sort them by address, apartment, then name. We'll create a formula to calculate carpool numbers that are unique. We're going to review each name one by one along with the address to see if it should be the same as the preceding students. We put them in order by column for loading, and then we're going to sort them by classroom. Here we have a spreadsheet exported from our student information system with the columns that I've described. I highlight all the columns, then select Sort. I sort them first by their main address, then I add their apartment number as the next level, and finally I sort them by the last name. This should put all the students that live together in the same house together. Now I'm going to start with carpool number 1, although you can use any starting number such as 100 or 101. Now I create a formula using equal previous cell plus the number 1. I highlight and copy that formula all the way down the screen. Now I review each student name and their address one by one and identify those children that most likely live together and reuse the preceding number so that those children in the same household will have the same number. The required order for pasting the information into SchoolCarpool.com is last name, first name, then carpool. So I insert a column to the right of the first name and move the carpool number into the proper position. Because these are formulas, I'm going to highlight this entire row, copy them, and then paste them in as values so that when I resort, the values don't change. Now I select the students by name along with their teachers, and I sort once again, this time to put all the kids together in the classroom. Once they're together in the classroom, it becomes an easy matter of pasting each group of records one by one for each classroom into SchoolCarpool.com. Now that I have a spreadsheet with all the student names, their classrooms, and their carpool numbers, I sign in as administrator and I select the Administrative Tools function, then number 10, load a student master file. Again, as you can see here, last name, first name, carpool ID, and grade. Here's my spreadsheet from previously, already sorted based upon teacher. I'm going to highlight the students along with their first name, last name, and their carpool ID for the first classroom. Copy them using Control-C, then I use Control-V to paste them on screen and select the proper classroom from the drop-down list. You'll notice that the fields do not necessarily align, but don't concern yourself as the software will properly parse the data out into the correct fields. I continue this process of copying records for each classroom, including last name, first name, and carpool, from the spreadsheet and adding them to SchoolCarpool.com for each individual classroom until I've completed entering my entire roster for the school as a whole. In general, a school of about 800 students can be loaded in less than 15 minutes. This concludes the video on loading data and creating your teacher accounts and student records.